Next up, another special guy, somebody else I nominated, and everything I said earlier holds true. He's coming from São Paulo, Brazil, new Excel MVP, data analyst, and I think he's the only person doing Excel in both Portuguese and in English. It's amazing. So he's got a YouTube channel, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter. You can follow him. TikTok, meu amigo selector. Cristiano Galvao.
Thank you, thank you. Good afternoon, Bulgaria. Good afternoon, Bulgaria and the international Excel community. Let's connect this laptop and start this session. Everything fine here. Connected. All right. Thank you, Soleil, for this song. This is a very classic song from Brazil, and they are singing something like, "Get out of my way that I want to pass." And today I say, get out of my way, all the distance, borders, bureaucracy, any daily problems, or even my own limitations that could try stopping me from being here teaching you. My talk is about LAMBDA. We are going to demystify what is LAMBDA. And my name is Cristiano Galvao, as was said. And I am a new Microsoft MVP, awarded during the pandemic, the most hardest time that we lived. And thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah. On difficult times, I decided helping people, and Microsoft recognized the effort. I'm very glad. And thank you, Boriana and Boris, for inviting me for the biggest Excel event in the planet. I'm really honored to be here. For those who never saw my name, never saw my work, you can call me Cristiano Galvao or just Cristiano. My name, if you think it's hard. You may try Galvão, Galvão, or Galvan, what is easiest to you. And I hope this is correct, because I tried Google. But Google makes the wrong work trying to translate to Christian. I saw when I translated back and forth. But then I got Cristiano Ronaldo, and it was correct. I hope one day I reach the level of excellence in my field, of course, the same as Cristiano Ronaldo. Let's try working on this. And this is a little of my place. I live in Brazil, but I'm not in the jungle, and I don't go to the beach every day. I wish I could. I'm telling you about the beach, not the jungle. This is the view of my apartment in São Paulo. São Paulo, I say that it's my little New York in Brazil. I lived in New York as well for almost 2 years recently. I included this today because of my colleagues are trying to bring something more personal so that you could know each other. And a little about myself, but without reading the bullets. I don't want to read the bullets. My education is focused on computing. The emoji speaks by itself. Some of you don't know what it is. And this grade out MBA, this is linked to this blue square here. When I started doing an event in Brazil, Excel Weekend, I loved how people can create sometimes a brand that people like so much. So I started studying marketing as well, but now I'm on data analysis and I'm coming back to my field. My content creation, LinkedIn learning. Way before I started putting videos on YouTube, I was the technical editor or reviewer of some books in Brazil. Bill Jelen, John Welkenbach, Paul McFedries, and others. And then I started speaking on conferences and founded the Excel Weekend, which is the second largest event in the world. The coolest and most important of that side, all the Americas. And I create content on my channel as well, which is the Excel Turbo. But let's go to the session. Oh, some pictures. We are a very warm people in Brazil. I love this picture here. We hug a lot in Brazil, and I hope you have the opportunity to go there someday. That one, that beautiful woman there is Lígia Galvão. That is my business partner and also partner in life. I know a similar story here. Beautiful. But we celebrate anniversary in the same day. Yeah, I know a couple that has the same name. Very good. Affinity. Some pictures. This guy here is Carlos Otero from Microsoft. And it was so cool to know him in person, even before I was recognized MVP. So, a little about what we have overseas, and about our session finally. I need your help with this here only because we have 2 sessions that will cover Lambda. Mine is more basic, or it was supposed to be. I need your help with one question. Who are using the Lambda function? The MVPs can raise their hand so we can have a better notion. Who are using Lambda? Okay, we have a layer here, some MVPs, the industry experts. Okay. So this will help me giving the tone for the session. So 3 bullets only. What is Lambda? How to write it? And how to share it. I will spend more time here writing, but the first one, I can help you now. The Lambda function is a function that allows you to create functions. A function that allows to create functions. So, if you are going to attend to an interview that you applied for a job and they ask you what is Lambda, what you are going to say? Lambda is a function that, yes, exactly. Write down this. Even if you don't know how to write, this is the first step. And if they ask this during an interview, you must be confident. I can write my own custom functions without depending on VBA. That's it. How to write it? This is another chapter, but let's go to the demo. No PowerPoint here. And let's go to the first example. It's funny that, please control my time. I'm not seeing the clock here. It's funny the things that jumps into our mind when we are invited for such big important event. Have you seen those cartoons that they have an angel and a demon? They keep talking. Yeah, my angel is a little quiet. The demon talks too much. And I keep listening. Blow their minds. Bring complex stuff. Because we sometimes want to impress. You know, we are not invulnerable to this kind of feeling. But I am bringing some simple examples, real-life examples, that you could apply. BMI, have you ever... Does somebody know what is BMI? Exactly. Maybe I need this. Body mass index. This is good to control the weight. So let's think out of the box, leave the financial modeling a little bit aside. And let's think about this small equation that is simple. This is the mouse cursor only. Kilograms per the meters, the height in meters. In English sometimes I forget. Let's try this here, writing a lambda. We have 3 different ways of writing a lambda. One of them is inside the cell. You can take a picture if you want. I think you will not want to do this for real, but maybe during the first attempt, it would be nice to do it in a cell. Feel free to take the pictures. This is the first of the three ways that I'm bringing to you. Even if you are not confident to write, if somebody asks you during an interview, you know, oh, I can write in a cell. The second way, name manager. This is another good way of writing a Lambda, your own function created with Lambda. Way better than the first. Way better. Because here, you don't see the function name. You didn't define the function. And the best thing about Lambda is that we should be able to reuse the calculation. How can I reuse the calculation? By invoking a function which the name, maybe the best name, should be BMI. Equal BMI, the weight and the height. But Excel doesn't come with BMI. We will create it. We cannot do this here. Only Lambda something. But when we come here, you see BMI here, right? The name, that is not a cell, but it's a function. And the third way that I love the most, the advanced formula environment. This is a totally new add-in. We say something like supplement in Portuguese, but it's add-in in English. Totally new. And this is really fun because we can not only create the functions here, but the way we write is very similar to programming. We can use indentation. We have colors, autocomplete, way better than the second. So if you go to the first, it's the best way of working. And okay, you feel free to take the picture, and we are going to write a BMI function. The body mass index. All right. What is my time limit? Just to control here. Okay. Okay. Always give me the signs. All right. For the demo, BMI is there to help me so that I don't go back and forth. And let's write down here. First, a small structure, the weight, the height, and the BMI. And then the weight in kilos, let's suppose, is this. The height in meters, don't forget. All right. So let's create the BMI. If it wasn't a Lambda session, I could write the formula directly here, right? Doing this. I told you that it's very simple, the formula. So just copy and paste it so that we know the response. Better than copy and paste. Let's have 2 BMIs. Now, the Lambda function. Lambda something. First, a parameter or calculation. What is parameter here in this case? The inputs. I have 2 inputs, the kilograms and the meters. So the first will be, I can call whatever I want. I don't need to depend on what is written here. This is pure text. I can call it letter key, like the equation. The other input, the meters, right? So the calculation will be exactly like there. This per this, all right? So I am writing a Lambda, defining input. How do I know how many inputs I have? The last one will be always the calculation. So if you have more things with comma, you have several inputs and then a final calculation, right? So if I press enter, what we have here, what is the result? Calculation. There is an error here being triggered because I told my inputs are kilograms and meters, but where do they come from? Yeah, they are coming from nowhere because there's no link here, there's no path to bring the 96 and 192 into here. From here to the rest, we know how to trace this stuff. Oh, no, I cannot do this. I don't want to merge the letters. Beautiful. Okay. Thank you. So, from here to the rest, I know what is K and M. But from the spreadsheet, I can see, of course, but Excel cannot see yet. Now it's the time I start putting some colors here, because everything here is our custom function. And what is one of the main behaviors of any function in Excel, even today? Today function, p function, pi, I think it's pi. But all the functions have parentheses, right? It's not so stable, but yeah. I can do better with text. And something here. All right? So if this lambda, until the end of the first parenthesis, is the function, you have parentheses after the parentheses. And this is a little weird when we write the formula in a cell. This is only the first attempt to understand the structure of a custom function. And then what you put here inside the parentheses? You bring the values from the cells, finally. I will remove the red ink and start writing for true. So, the first one, I need to see what is here. It doesn't matter who is first on the spreadsheet. You must follow what is inside. If the first is the kilogram, you bring the kilograms first. So, the kilogram is here. Then comma, you have the second input here. Then, voila, we have the result. The function itself, the formula itself, it's so simple that maybe our brain do this, cross the arms, and say, I will never use the lambda to do only this. But this is by intent, because I didn't want to bring a huge formula. Not now, I have another here. But I need to focus on the lambda structure. That's why the calculation itself is so simple. This is the first way of writing. And let's go to the second one, the name manager. I'm going to rely on this thing here, so I'm copying the function, right? Control C. The second is name manager, right? Name manager, let's go through formulas. Why it was on the opposite side of the, okay. You come here to the formulas, name manager. Then you go to new. cannot use the live Zoom, so let me write first BMI and the function here. So the name is BMI and the function is here, but where is the end of the definition of this function? Yes, the second parenthesis. In this case, the first parenthesis should be closed. So here, right after the number 2. The B2 and B3 will be removed. I will remove the B2, B3. So I have the name here above, the function definition here, and I'm going to press OK. The function is there. I'm not using yet. But now, let me see here. A new name here, BMI as well, but no problem. What is important is what I'm going to write here is the same attempt, but now invoking the BMI function that I'm going to use. Look at this, look at this. I have a BMI function in my Excel, you don't have. This here, and that's it. I have a Lambda function, a custom function that is working as a native function. And I can even come here into the name manager again. Let me erase this example. Inside the name manager, if I edit and write a comment, I will say that this will calculate the body mass index. Okay. BMI, look at this. Here, above me. This will calculate the body mass index. So it's even documented, not completely, but we have a definition here so that the user can know a little bit more about the function, right? All right, okay, good. Thank you, thank you. Before we move to the second demonstration, we are going to jump to the third way of writing the function inside the advanced formula environment. Okay, I'm using the name manager and I was changing the names. Switching, yeah. Home, and I have this button here. This is not included. Let me remove the add-in so that I can show you how easy it is to install. So no advanced formula environment now. We will come here on Insert, then Get Add-ins. Inside Get Add-ins, you can write advanced formula environment or formula, or you can even have a yeah, I know. If it's too much wrong, it's not good, but in case you write a little bit wrong only, all right, you are able to find it. Maybe not on the first option, but you can find it. And I'm moving here so that you don't take the picture there. And then you can click the name of the add-in to see more information, or you can add directly. If you click the name, you will see screenshots, the license. It's from Microsoft, so you are already using a software from Microsoft. You can read if you are inside a company to check the terms. And then you add, and it will blink a little bit. It's there, and it will be opened as well. If there's nothing here, you can open again. it should be opened more quickly. But during a presentation, things happen, right? Yes, yes, yes. Well, this, the problem is there, of course, yes, yes. Well, this is a problem here for this session, but let's see how we can do the second demo without the add-in, unfortunately. The second demo is very similar. It's a variation of the BMI, not complex, just a difference. We go to the formulas, to the name manager, then we create new. Can we create BMI2? Is it a good name for a function? BMI2? No, why not? It's a cell address, yes. Sometimes we forget, but the cells go up to XFD. There is a cell that is called BMI2. We are not able to create this name, maybe with an underline, underscore, as you prefer. So equal lambda, the input will be kilos, meters, then the calculation itself will be 1.3 multiplied by kilos and divided by meters multiplied by, not multiplied, exponential to that number. Oh, right. Okay, this here, this is the equation. Let's press OK. Before that, before the OK, BMI Oxford variation. All right. So I have kilos, meters, BMI, then this, BMI 2 from this and this. The description was there, right? Yes, it's before the parentheses, so BMI Oxford variation. This and this. That's it. Of course, if I restore the numbers from the first example here on the demo 2, copy and pasting, the result will be different because the calculation is also different. They made an adjustment to compensate people very tall or very short, and they use a better number now. For the third example, I would use the add-in. I can show a screenshot of another presentation, maybe. Let's try just one more thing. This is, of course, from Microsoft. But I really wanted because there is a cool way of writing the formulas there, because we have the indentation. Unfortunately, I cannot. But I have another computer here, right? We don't have one. OK, we don't have time. There is a way of sharing function when you write the functions inside the editor. The editor is not a totally official tool yet, so it will be more like a bonus for the session, right? Unfortunately, I cannot show you now. But the advantages are we can use indentation. Oh, Charles probably will show you because he has and will not remove. Yeah, don't remove Charles. Don't remove it. We will have a better way of writing the formulas, and we have the ability to import. There is an arrow here that I have here on the print screen, the screenshot, that we can import. So let's talk only about the bonus without doing the real stuff. But if you press import, you can insert a link from GitHub. What is GitHub? GitHub is a repository of data and code, programming code, like this one here that it's opened already. This is one of my repositories that I would use on the demo. If you copy the link, someone provides you a link for GitHub. When you come to the Advanced Formula Manager, Advanced Formula Environment, actually, you press like the download button, you copy and paste the link inside, and then you have Lambda functions from other people, right? We don't have the real add-in here, so I will give you a question, and the first to answer will have a small gift. If you don't have this add-in, how could you share a Lambda function with your friends?
Copying and actually pasting the sheet to the other file.
Yes, copy and pasting the sheet, or even simple, you can send the workbook, or you can send just the Lambda by email. It works. It's simple. The people can copy and paste Lambdas here inside the editor, right? So that will not be a problem. Just a screen of something that I brought. The way of writing the function inside the Lambda will be very organized. This is a single formula in the way we write on the formula bar. This is the same when we write inside the formula manager. You don't need to know what it is. You can find the Excel hash from Soleil 2021, and you will understand. I will not explain here. But this is the same thing, easier to visualize when you write on that area, okay? That's it. Sorry for the add-in. It shouldn't be removed. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm always there. You can find me by my name, Cristiano Galvao, or this QR code, okay? Thank you very much.